Chapter 14 Breaking Barriers. Oakley's Place among the women of the Wild West. Hook 1. The Lady with a Rifle and a Revolution. When Annie Oakley stepped onto the stage, rifle in hand and confidence in her step, she wasn't just performing, she was blazing a trail for women everywhere. In a world where women were expected to stay silent and unseen, Oakley's bullet-sharp aim and dazzling showmanship made her impossible to ignore. Hers was a revolution, one shot at a time. Hook 2, not just a legend, but a leader. The lore of the Wild West is filled with bold women who broke the mold, outlaws on horseback, tough as nails ranchers, and fearless stagecoach drivers. Yet Annie Oakley rose above the rest, not with outlaw bravado, but with world-class skill, international fame, and a dedication to lifting other women up with her. Hook 3, Beyond the Frontier, the woman who changed the map. While most stories of the West end at the frontier, Annie Oakley's influence traveled the world. Her marksmanship and advocacy didn't. She just challenged gender roles on the prairie. They inspired women across continents to shoot for new possibilities, forever redrawing the map of what women could achieve. Annie Oakley, a woman apart in the Wild West. The Wild West was a crucible of change, a time and place where the old rules were tested and sometimes broken. For women, the opportunities were few and the risks many. Amidst the legends of outlaws, pioneers, and lawmen, a few remarkable women carved out their own destinies. Annie Oakley was one of the brightest among them, her fame built not on scandal or violence, but on skill, showmanship, and a belief in women's potential. Unlike outlaws such as Belstar or Pearl Hart, Oakley's notoriety came from her abilities. She was a national celebrity, admired for her marksmanship and grace, but also for her integrity and advocacy. She taught over 15,000 women to shoot, championed women's entry into the military, and helped open doors that had long been closed. Icons of the West. Oakley and her contemporaries Calamity Jane, Martha Jane Canary. Few names evoke the spirit of the frontier like Calamity Jane. Known for her rough-and-tumble lifestyle, her skills with a gun, and her penchant for tall tales, Calamity Jane dressed in buckskins, rode with the cavalry, and claimed friendships with the likes of Wild Bill Hickok. Her legend was built on survival, independence, and fearlessness, a far cry from Victorian ideals. Belstar, the bandit queen, made her name as an outlaw, associating with Jesse James and the Younger Brothers. Riding the line between legend and infamy, Star's life was filled with adventure and controversy. She became a criminal folk hero, her story woven with myth and fact. Pearl Hart shocked the nation as a female stagecoach robber, one of the very few women to take up such a dangerous profession. Arrested and tried for her crimes, Hart became a symbol of rebellion against gender expectations, even as her exploits landed her in prison. Mary Fields, Stagecoach Mary, standing over 6 feet tall and known for her strength and grit. Mary Fields was the first African-American woman to work as a mail carrier in the United States. Stagecoach Mary was legendary for delivering the mail in the harshest conditions, armed and unafraid, respected by the Montana community she served. What set Oakley apart, while these women all defied convention? Annie Oakley's story is unique in several key ways. Skill and fame. Oakley's talent with a firearm was unmatched, earning her a place in Buffalo Bill's Wild West show and making her a global superstar. Showmanship. She brought a sense of artistry and professionalism to her performances, captivating audiences from small towns to European courts. Advocacy. Oakley's influence extended far beyond entertainment. She was a vocal supporter of women's rights, teaching thousands of women to shoot and urging their participation in the military. Respectability. Unlike many of her contemporaries, Oakley protected her public image, remaining respectable in the eyes of a society that was quick to judge. Her blend of femininity and strength made her a role model for women who wanted to break barriers without sacrificing their values. A bridge between worlds, Oakley's legacy is remarkable because she bridged the worlds of entertainment, sport, and social progress. She wasn't an outlaw or a homesteader. She was a performer and an advocate, using her fame to promote change. Her ability to inspire both men and women set her apart from other women of the West, whose lives were often marked by hardship and struggle with little public recognition. By teaching women to shoot, Oakley gave them practical skills that could mean the difference between life and death on the frontier. But more than that, she gave them confidence proof that they were capable of more than what society allowed. Paving the way for future generations, Oakley's advocacy for women's participation in the military was decades ahead of its time. She famously offered to assemble a regiment of female sharpshooters for the Spanish-American War, challenging the government to give women the chance to serve. While her offer was declined, it sparked public debate and planted a seed that would bear fruit in later conflicts, when women would finally serve in combat and support roles. Her example also helped normalize women's involvement in sports and public life. Oakley's insistence that women could be both skilled and feminine paved the way for female athletes, performers, and leaders in all fields. An enduring symbol of empowerment, the image of Annie Oakley, a petite woman with a calm smile and a steady hand, remains powerful. She is regularly cited in discussions about women's empowerment, not only as a historical figure, but as a symbol of the ongoing struggle for equality. Her story is taught in schools, celebrated in museums, and invoked in everything from advertising to political speeches. Oakley's legacy is not just about her own achievements, but about the doors she opened for others. Her life is a reminder that courage and skill can overcome even the most entrenched barriers, and that true greatness lies in lifting others as you rise. Conclusion: the lasting impact of a trailblazer, Annie Oakley's place among the women of the Wild West is secure, but her influence stretches far beyond the frontier. She was a pioneer not just in marksmanship, but in the fight for women's rights and respect. While Calamity Jane, Belle Starr, Pearl Hart, and Mary Fields each challenged gender roles in their own way, Oakley's blend of skill, fame, and advocacy made her a bridge to the modern era. She remains a beacon for all who seek to break barriers, proof that with talent, determination, and vision, one woman can change the course of history.